The Vedanta Sutras constitute basically three things. Whatever is covered in the Vedanta Sutras can be classified under one of three headings. What are the three headings? Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Sambandha means the Vedanta Sutras are meant to give you the knowledge of your relationship with the Supreme Absolute Truth, which is none other than Krishna. What is your Sambandha? What is your relationship with the Supreme Lord? And then Abhideya. Once you understand what is your relationship with that Supreme Lord, you have to engage in activities in that relationship. Because if you have a relationship with anybody else, naturally there have to be activities. Otherwise, what is the meaning of that relationship? If I say, this is my father and this is my mother, these are my parents. So, the moment I say these are my parents, then I have to serve them. I have to follow their instructions. There are certain activities in that relationship. If I simply say these are my parents, but I don't serve them, my father is telling, my dear son, please get me this. No, I cannot do all these things. You do, you go and tell somebody else. Then what is the meaning of that relationship? It has no meaning. Relationship means there has to be activities. So therefore, Sambandha, once we understand our relationship with the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna, there are activities in that relationship. That is called Bhakti Yoga, the activities of devotional service. And once we engage in activities in that relationship, there is a prayojana, there is a result that comes out of it. A Brahmana is supposed to know, by studying the Vedantas, he is supposed to know what is our Sambandha with Krishna. If somebody makes a show of Vedantic knowledge, but is unable to guide us about our relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, then that kind of knowledge of the Vedanta is simply material knowledge. It has no value at all. So, if we simply chant Hare Krishna mantra, that establishes our relationship with Krishna, and it also is pleasing to Krishna. So, it is at the same time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra establishes Sambandha also, and it is Abhideya also. So, reading the Vedas, reading the Vedanta Sutras, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, all these things, they are supposed to give us Sambandha Jnana and engages in Abhideya. But then it doesn't end there. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra is not limited to simply Sambandha and Abhideya. It also is the Prayojana. How is it the Prayojana? How is it the result? How is it going to give us the result of studying the entire Vedas and Vedanta Sutras and all that? So that actually in the Vidagdha Madhava, Srila Rupa Goswami, he has composed a very nice verse which is spoken by Purnamasi. So Purnamasi, when speaking about Krishna, she says, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labdhaye. Whenever I chant Krishna's holy name with my tongue, I develop the desire to possess millions of tongues, Tundavali Labdhaye, so that I can chant Krishna's name with all those tongues. I am not satisfied with just chanting Krishna's holy name with my one tongue. Karna Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate Karnarbudebhyah Spriham. And when I hear Krishna's holy name through my ears, what happens? I develop a desire to possess millions of ears. What will I hear about Krishna with just these 2 ears? I want to possess millions of ears so that with all of them, I can hear Krishna's holy name. Chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim. And when Krishna's holy name I utter with my tongue and it enters my ear, what happens? It enters my chetaha, my heart. And when that Krishna's holy name enters my heart, what happens? All the activities of my senses are overcome by the holy name of Krishna. We can see this in the birds of Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan, all the devotees, whether it is Yashodamai, Nanda Maharaj, all of them, whenever they hear Krishna's holy name, their whole body becomes stunned in ecstasy.